Here we are, 2018 Chevrolet Silverado LT Z71 All-Star Edition.
What's going on, guys? So I'm going to try to make this a short, sweet, to the point video, but I might ramble, you never know. We're going to be talking about the truck 30,000 mile update. So I'm going on 2.5 years with this truck, which is, it's crazy. It doesn't seem like that at all. But right off the bat, I am still happy to report 2.5 years later, I still enjoy this truck, which would make sense because I still have it. This is the longest I've ever kept a vehicle, and this is the longest or the most miles I've ever put on a single vehicle. 30,983 to be exact. And so I just wanted to come on here for potential buyers or people that are just interested. How has it been? 30,000 miles. Like I said, I have enjoyed it. But, you know, how's it been? It's been my daily driver, and I pretty much know all the ins and outs. Comment down below if you have any different than what I state, goods or bads. But definitely let me know how you've liked your truck if you have one similar to this. Or, you know, if you want to comment whatever kind of truck you have and how long you've had it, how you've enjoyed it, feel free to do that as well. With 2018 Chevy Silverado Z71 four-wheel drive LT 5.3 6-speed, crew cab, short bed, center console, Summit white. I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, first truck I've ever bought new, and I looked at Ford, I looked at Ram. I'm not going to get into the super details. They couldn't compete price-wise. End of the year, end of the month, perfect storm. This truck was perfect for me and had everything I wanted. My really only requirements for a truck was crew cab, short bed, and I wanted a full center console. So this truck was literally perfect. So this being the LT trim, basically, in my opinion, all you're missing out on is the leather seats. And I knew I was going to get seat covers anyways because I have dogs and they will tear leather or cloth up. But these Sportsman camos, super strong. Dogs don't mess them up at all. So there was no reason for me to pay extra only to cover it up with a seat cover. And I don't really plan on selling this truck, so resale value doesn't really matter. I guess we should start with the negatives and then end with the positive notes. So negatives, let me think real quick. The most annoying thing that bothers me sometimes is there's some kind of wind noise coming from over here. Like, obviously my exhaust is loud, my turbos are loud, but certain days, today being one of them, which I'm glad it is because I remember to say this, it almost sounds like my mirror has some wind noise. I don't hear anything over there, but like right now I can hear just a slight wind whistle. And it's like, I don't have the radio on, obviously. If I have the radio on, I can't hear it. But it is one of those things, if you're real OCD, it would bug the crap out of you. I'm not super OCD about a lot of stuff, but it definitely gets under my skin sometimes, and it's annoying. I wish I could figure out what it is. I mean, I don't know. Does y'all's side mirror make wind noise? Like, obviously, it's sticking out the side of the truck. It would make sense that it does, but most vehicles don't. So when you're at night backing up, and you throw it in reverse and your screen pops up and it blinds you because you can't turn down the brightness. You can turn down the brightness on all the other buttons, but the screen stays at full brightness. So if you're like myself, I like to look at my mirrors still, even though I have a backup camera. I like to use all of them because I don't really trust just the backup camera, or I don't trust myself using just it, backing up next to poles or whatever the case may be. And so when I go from there to the mirrors, well, I'm blind. I have to take me a second, try to look through my tent, try to let my eyes recover from staring at this blinding white screen. So super annoying right there. I don't know why they didn't allow you to dim the screen. V4 mode and the converter. So V4 mode deactivates 2 or 4 cylinders whenever the truck feels that it doesn't need them. I've got a module from Range Technology that doesn't allow it to work. However, all the components are still in the engine at some point I definitely would like to do a delete, cam swap, you know, make her chop a little bit, as well as get all that crap out there, because in all reality it is somewhat of a ticking time bomb. The first generation, the 07 to 13, those really suffered from it, and there was even my friend, I have a personal friend that his crapped out and croaked over. So it is still a problem with these trucks. People still do have issues out of it, and you know, there's no real time of telling when it could happen. You might run 300,000 miles and never have a problem. You might run 75,000 miles and it mess up. So it's hit or miss. The other thing that people have problems with is the converter and the transmission going out. I see maybe 1 or 2 a month on the Silverado page. They'll be revving their engine. It'll be, you know, the RPM's just flying up, and the truck not moving anywhere, or very slowly moving. So there is certain issues like that. Thankfully to report, neither of them I've experienced yet. Obviously only 31,000 miles, but you'd be surprised how many new trucks have problems right off the bat. So I have had 33s on this truck since basically new, so it's not like the transmission has not been tested. It definitely has. But you know, obviously if I keep this truck forever, we'll get many updates. Hopefully never have those problems, but you know, any issues we did, obviously y'all will see on this channel. So honestly, I don't really know of any other negatives, I don't think, with this truck. So the truck has been pretty much flawless. Aside from 2 recalls that I have to go to the dealership when all this virus crap is over with, they're just like a brake recall. It's not like they're gonna fail, it's just, it helps stiffen up the brake pedal feel. But aside from that, I've not had any issues. I've not had to go back to the dealership at all. The truck has been flawless, basically. And even with all the modifications that I've done, the truck is still perfectly happy. So another huge thing to me personally with a truck is fuel economy. I know some people are gonna say, you shouldn't buy a truck for fuel economy, blah, 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 whatever. That's dumb. Like, I wish this truck got infinite fuel economy. You're throwing your money away when you buy gas. Like, you want your truck. You can be a man and you can be, oh, macho, I like getting 3 miles to the gallon. No, you don't. No one does. Why would you? That's completely insane. There's literally no reason why you would want to do that. So, happy to report, the truck usually averages in the 17s with my driving. Let's see, 16.5 average over the entire 30,989 miles. And so I always remote start this truck. I don't remember the last time I just cranked this truck without remote starting. So every morning, every time I go to lunch, every night, every time I remote start this truck, even if it's 100 degrees outside, I remote start it, it idles for a while. So even with that, on top of, you know, having big wheels and tires, 17 miles per gallon is freaking insane, and I'm happy with it. It could be better. It could be 30, 40, 50, and that I would be stoked on that. But high teens with this setup, really can't complain. And I know the 308s do help that with the lower RPM cruising on the highway and stuff. So that's a positive on having those gears. So another big thing, which is obviously huge for me and this channel, is the humongous aftermarket support for these vehicles. So obviously Chevrolet 1500, Chevy Silverado, that's like one of the biggest names in auto industry. Obviously every company wants a little bit of that money, so everyone makes parts for these trucks, and that's great. So it doesn't matter what your style for trucks are, there is parts for these trucks that you can get. And in most cases, they're usually pretty affordable because there is so many different companies out there making so many different parts. And so I've thoroughly enjoyed modifying this truck, and you know, I'm glad a lot of y'all have enjoyed watching me. I know we haven't done too much with it in the last, it's actually been a while since we've really done anything dramatic with it. But I mean, I just love the way it looks right now. I just genuinely am happy how it sits, how it drives, how it performs. Everything about it, it's pretty much, I've just got it to where it is. It's pretty much just my perfect truck. So it's hard for me to change it whenever it's like that, but I know we got to. We're going to change it up. I'm going to focus more on this and Larry rather than trying to find some, you know, super amazing deal on a project truck, most likely, unless it just pops up. But look at this. I don't know if y'all can see this dang dog, but it's crazy. All right, guys, well, that's about going to do it. I just wanted to come on here and really give my opinion. This truck has been great. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and I don't plan on getting rid of it, which says a lot. It genuinely does. I mean, when you have a truck for several years, truck, car, whatever the case, if you have it for several years and you're potentially able to, you know, trade it in, sell it, buy something different, and you really don't want to, you got the right truck. So I'm stoked that I did. Like I said, it was my first new truck, kind of went out on a limb getting it, and I'm super glad I did, and it's been great. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Many more years to come with it. Obviously, only 30,000 miles. Hey, if I keep it forever, we'll have 100,000, 200,000, we'll have a 1,000,000-mile update on this thing, so definitely subscribe if you want to see all that. And so with that being said, hopefully you enjoy. I'll see y'all in the next one.